a good portion of what a city attorney does is to interpret statutes, ordinances, and court rulings. And the interpretation that a city attorney gives could have a significant impact on people's interaction with their government. One area that I've heard from several of the people here tonight and that I've talked to during my short time in the campaign is about access to public records and open government. So my question is actually a very simple yes or no question, and after you answer yes or no, you can elaborate, but yes or no. Can you commit tonight to narrowly construe any statute, ordinance, or court ruling that limits the right of access to information concerning the conduct of the people's business?
Well, number one, I'm not Anton Scalia, so I think that's where you're going with that. As a lieutenant in the Navy, I dealt often with the Freedom of Information Act, which is basically the tantamount to public access to records. I myself have requested various records from the city attorney's office, only to be met with dozens and dozens and dozens of privileges and exceptions, and I think that's unacceptable. I think that any exceptions to the Public Records Request Acts should be used sparingly, and they should be targeted. So I vow to try to keep as much of it accessible to the public within the bounds of the law.
Thank you very much. Mr. Goodman?
Yes. with a little bit of elaboration. Public Records Act really provides that anything that doesn't have an exemption is a public record, and so you're supposed to presume that a record is public unless it falls within one of the appropriate exceptions. And I think it is appropriate to narrowly define those. There are times when it's not appropriate to disclose information to the public, and the city attorney's office function, notwithstanding the overriding interest and concern in making government transparent and public, also needs occasionally to limit that information in the interest of privacy concerns and the interest of confidentiality. And I think it behooves the city attorney to work with the city clerk and with the city departments to improve that process, to make it more responsive, to make it happen, in a reasonable period of time so that people aren't left hanging out there.
Thank you very much, Mr.
And that's the end of my answer. But the answer was yes.
Mr.